William, I'm always appreciative to hear from you. I understand your frustrations, and to be honest, I had to spend several hours in my small forward command post trying to ascertain exactly what you are asking me for advice for. You tend to write how you speak sometimes, and, well, let's just say sometimes you tend to trip over your own words. I've had a bit of a thought about what you said, and I think I have some ideas. Frankly, you're looking at the wrong thing. You need to be focused on securing the sea lanes, not worrying about defeating them in some grand Nelsonian battle on the high seas. Like you said, Greenland, Iceland. Drain back control from them, and then go from there. Canada should be your first priority. I appreciate your help with helping the lads land here in Poland, but I'm going to be honest with you. Until we get to Warsaw, I'm not sure if I would call this a great success. Frankly, I do not want to talk about how much trouble we had in, what is it, Gdansk, Danzig? I can't remember. But I will say I did not like how much trouble we had in there. And street-to-street fighting is very much uncomfortable and scary, especially for a man my age. But nevertheless, we pushed through. And I'm going to need you to do the same thing. I understand your frustrations, I really do. But you need to focus on the priority. Control of the sea means mastery of moving whatever British Imperial troops need to be moved without any form of harassment. If you want my honest opinion, the Mediterranean Squadron, despite being outdated, probably been needing to be scrapped for some time now, probably should just be used to bombard the entire Soviet Black Sea coastline. Aim for facilities. Oil storage depots, port facilities, naval bases, dockyards, you name it. But then again, we run into problems. If you want my opinion on what you should be doing, I really don't understand why you're bothering to write me. You could have just asked me to be recalled, but I get it, you're a busy man. I would not worry about the Baltics right now. You've got so much fleet power in the Baltics. You shouldn't even really have to bother with a naval invasion. You're just going to have to fight the army to do what you want to do. And let me tell you something, they are not feeling very keen about doing anything against the Soviets. I have had to spend hours in this forward command post yelling over the telephone and the radios to multiple generals about how terrible their freaking job is. Because they have to supply me. And they know that if they don't supply me, I get pissy, and then I just go to Churchill. And then, well, you know. I do wish that you could just get the decisive battle you want, especially against those occupied Canadian vessels, right? The Soviet vessels flying the flag of what they call the Soviet Republic of Canada or whatever. I really wish you could get a decisive battle against them, because honestly, I really don't like the idea of a bunch of warships just sneaking out into the North Atlantic. Chile, I'm surprised how much progress you all have made, but I should be a bit less surprised, as the Chileans don't exactly want the Argentinians telling them what to do, especially communists. Exercise caution. There'd be another point. Um, I'm hoping that's not I'm hoping that's not enemy artillery flying overhead. Hey, private, whose artillery is that? Ah, thank you. Sorry. It's our artillery. I forget how close we are to enemy lines. What was I saying? Right. Exercise caution. You're a cautious man by nature, but exercise just that little bit extra, you know? Like, don't take a stupid risk. Don't go charging into a bunch of destroyers and torpedo boats because you want a Nelsonian death. Although, honestly, I would admire that sort of bravado. It's not your place. But you really, really, really need to be careful about what you do. Because anything short of victory, total victory, people are going to be coming for your head. Like they'll come for mine. Alright? This report hasn't been made official yet, but I'm telling you now, so you're aware. The Gurkhas that were dispatched to help us with the landings, they suffered an enormous amount of casualties. Do you want to know why? It's because some idiot drove them down the wrong streets. They were supposed to be a supply column to help us move forward down into the Polish hinterland, and instead, they're all sitting in hospitals. So, that kind of caution needs to be partaken. And now I'm basically down a regiment that I can't use. I'm down special forces across the board. I'm not going to ask for all the other Gurkha regiments, which are busy either fighting in Canada or fighting here or going to fight soon in Norway or in Chile. I can't just simply call up all of our more specialized regiments. I'm not going to ask for the entire 5th Canadian Rifles to be recalled from their homeland to come fight in Poland. It's just not something I'm going to do. And I'm definitely not asking the Anzacs to come here towards Warsaw in, what is this, almost dead of winter? Is what it feels like, because it's still bloody cold outside. I'm not going to ask them to freeze their hides off trying to march. You've got your operations plan with them, and I'm not going to intervene. But I will say this. Maybe it's best not to go for that decisive battle. Here on the ground, it's small victories. We don't have battles like Leipzig, Agincourt. We don't even have last stands like Saragari anymore. It just doesn't happen. The age of the Napoleonic Wars is over. And, well, it's time for us to adjust. Sometimes you can't get that decisive win. Other times, you do. But it's not the rule. You need 1,000 smaller victories to get to that decisive victory, and you're going to need to work on it. You want my opinion? Tell Coastal Command that if you don't get the seaplanes to start running patrols and start doing reconnaissance, you'll just take them. And when I mean take them, I mean get your naval patrol pilots to just go to the pilots of those aircraft and just say, you are under command of the Navy now, you are taking off, here is our mission. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, do it. Because, honestly, who's going to stop you? Prime Minister ain't going to stop you. You're basically running the Admiralty right now, if in all but name. They're not going to stop you. If you tell Coastal Command they can go stick it up their rear end, what are they going to do about it? They're going to fight you? Just take the rest of their boats away. Like, honestly, just tell them what you need. And if they can't get it to you right now, figure out a way for them to get it to you right now. Sometimes you have to play the scavenger and you have to start borrowing without permission. Alright? Sometimes I have to do that with my men. okay? And sometimes I make a lot of people mad. But then I remind them that I'm with Special Forces, I can kind of just take what I need. I'm not deliberately stealing your personal belongings. I'm just borrowing a couple hundred boxes of ammunition because we're going to go street fighting and we're going to go hold off this entire bridge for a couple of weeks, so that way Soviet tanks don't drive us back into the sea. So maybe you should shut your mouth and just give us the boxes of ammunition. I'm a little bit pissed off because I had to have this argument yesterday and I'm still mad about it. But I hope everyone's doing well with your family, and if you do have a chance to smuggle something in, would you please send me a bottle of Scotch whiskey? I am losing my mind. Also, one more thing. Well, um, don't get yourself killed. Alright? We've got a job to do. And that job is beating the Soviets back into the dirt that they crawled out of. And I like your new friend the Tsar's plan. Just one slight problem though. How on earth do you expect to rule Russia without having Moscow? Your cousin, Angus.